students, here we start with the general anatomy of the remaining part of the lymphoid tissue. Now in the remaining part of lymphatic system, we have a very important discussion of B and T lymphocytes. So therefore, on one side, this will be our B lymphocytes, on the other side there will be the T lymphocytes, and we draw a perpendicular column and try and understand the different points. First point will be, when there is stem cells, the stem cells, here I am going to draw the flow chart, stem cells from bone marrow, when they differentiate, they will pass and settle in non-thymic lymphoid tissues. So in non-thymic lymphoid tissues of the B lymphocytes, these cells will be settled in the lymph node, spleen, etc. So in lymph node or spleen, these are the non-thymic lymphoid tissues where stem cells that have been differentiated from bone marrow will travel and settle down, and therefore those stem cells which have been settled in these non-thymic tissue of the lymphoid system, they will be known as B lymphocytes. On the other side, the stem cells from the bone marrow, when they differentiate and when they pass and when they settle in the thymic tissue, then those cells which have been differentiated from the bone marrow, differentiate, and when they pass in the thymus, they will be known as T lymphocytes. This is the first differentiating point. Very interesting. Second point which we are going to discuss about B and T lymphocytes will be, this is also a difference between B and T lymphocytes. So first is the origin of the cells. Second point now, circulating B lymphocytes. In the blood, out of total of the lymphocytes present, around 20% of the circulating cells belong to B lymphocytes. And in the same way, blood, out of all the total lymphocytes, around 75% of circulating lymphocytes in the blood consists of T lymphocytes. Then we come to third point. So here I will just mention circulating lymphocytes in the blood, total 20%, here also circulating lymphocytes in the blood, 75%. Now next point, where are they located? So these lymphocytes, B lymphocytes, in case of lymph node, here we mention this specially, in case of lymph node, they are located within the outer part of the cortex or superficial part of the cortex. So it is called superficial part of the cortex of the lymph node or outer part of the cortex of lymph node, B lymphocytes. T lymphocytes, in case of lymph node, they are located within the deeper part of the cortex, or also they are called the paracortical region, or they are called simply inner part of the cortex, or they are called inner part of the cortex of the lymph node, T lymphocytes, inner part of the cortex or paracortical zone. Next point, this was about lymph node. Now spleen. B lymphocytes, in case of spleen, very important, very, very important. In case of spleen, the B lymphocytes are found in the white pulp. We have discussed this in our spleen segment. What is white pulp, what is red pulp? So in the white pulp, there will be location of the B lymphocytes. That is outside the periarteriolar lymphatic sheath. T lymphocytes, in case of the spleen, will be located surrounding the periarteriolar lymphatic sheath. So surrounding the periarteriolar lymphatic sheath, this is where the location of the T lymphocytes in spleen, surrounding the periarteriolar lymphatic sheath or within the periarteriolar lymphatic sheath. Then we come to its diffuse arrangement. Now these B lymphocytes, they are found as diffuse lymphoid tissue They are found in the form of diffuse lymphoid tissue beneath the mucosal membranes of, beneath the mucosal membranes of, or beneath the mucosa of alimentary system, respiratory system and urinary system. The alimentary system, then respiratory system and the urinary system. So therefore, this is where B lymphocytes are found in the form of diffuse lymphoid tissue beneath the mucosa of these three systems. Now, T lymphocytes, they are found in the form of diffuse lymphoid tissue beneath the mucosa of, lymphoid tissues, beneath the mucosa of lymphatic system or lymphoid tissues. Then we come to the next very important point, how they will function. That is, the B lymphocytes upon stimulation, here I am putting S for stimulation. When they are stimulated, how they are stimulated? By any attack of antigen. The antigens, they will stimulate the B lymphocytes. They will probably activate the B lymphocytes. When they are activated, they will differentiate into the B lymphocytes. They will differentiate into plasma cells. And these plasma cells will again secrete antibodies in the form of immunoglobulins. So they will secrete the antibodies in the form of immunoglobulins. So B lymphocytes upon their activation will differentiate into plasma cells, and plasma cells will then later on secrete the antibodies in the form of immunoglobulins, and this will serve as basis of humoral immunity. This will serve as the basis of humoral immunity, B lymphocytes. What about T lymphocytes? The T lymphocytes upon their stimuli, upon their activation of antigens, when they are activated, when they are stimulated, they will secrete lymphokines. This is very interesting, very important. Lymphokines, which are also known as, the other name of lymphokines, cytokines, which are also known as interleukins. Please note it down. Please note down this important point. Lymphokines are also known as cytokines or interleukins. They are secreted by T lymphocytes, and therefore they will recruit many other cells. They may recruit the B lymphocytes also to fight against the antibody. And this entire process of T lymphocytes, upon their stimuli, upon their stimulation, they will activate and secrete lymphokines, and they are going to recruit the other cells for their defense mechanism, will serve as the basis of which immunity? Cellular immunity. So this cellular immunity or cell-mediated immunity, is a feature of T lymphocytes. So humoral immunity, B lymphocytes, cellular immunity or cell-mediated immunity, that will be T lymphocytes. Now here we come on this side, we'll take the help of this space here. So therefore now here we are going to discuss about differentiation of T lymphocytes. For example, the T lymphocytes now, based upon CD clusters of differentiation as marker molecules. So clusters of differentiation, these are called clusters of differentiation as marker molecules, which will mark the cell surface. They are able to differentiate the T lymphocytes into various categories. So this is how the types of T lymphocytes are derived. So what are the types of T lymphocytes according to CD markers, clusters of differentiation markers, and each of those lymphocytes will carry a specific CD marker. First and the foremost is H cells. They are called helper cells. So the helper T lymphocytes, or they are called TH cells, that is the helper variety of T lymphocytes, the helper cells. They are the main cells which will be differentiated from the T lymphocytes upon their stimulation, and they will in turn, they will stimulate cytotoxic and natural killer cells. So in turn, they are going to stimulate the cytotoxic variety of T cells, where they are called TC cells, and natural killer cells. And these two cells will directly kill the virus or bacteria or any type of antigen. So therefore, these helper T lymphocytes, upon their stimulation, they are able to secrete these two varieties of T lymphocytes which will directly kill the antigens or antibody or any type of the foreign molecule. So therefore, helper T cells, they are going to have their independent CD marker. Same way, cytotoxic T cell and natural killer cell. So this is type 1 T lymphocyte, type 2 T lymphocyte, type 3 T lymphocyte. And here we should understand one thing, sometimes it can be asked as one mark question answer, that these cytokines or lymphokines, or they are also known as interleukins, IL. IL-4 series of interleukins, interleukins 4, they are the special interleukins which are secreted by the helper T lymphocytes, which will influence the B lymphocytes to secrete plasma cells. So therefore here, if I draw here, are we coming here? Okay. So if I draw here IL-4, so if the helper T lymphocytes will form IL-4, then it will lead to the formation of the stimulation of B lymphocytes, and these B lymphocytes will then stimulate the plasma cells. It will stimulate the plasma cells for their further secretion. So in this way, B lymphocytes are also stimulated, they are also activated with the help of secretion of interleukin 4, that is a part of lymphokines or cytokine. So now here, first is helper T cells, second will be cytotoxic and natural killer T cells, that is cytotoxic T cells, and third is natural killer T cells. Both the functions of cytotoxic and natural killer cells will be same. They will directly kill the virus or bacteria or any foreign molecules which are attacking the body defense system. Then we come to number 4. The fourth variety of T lymphocytes will be, it is known as the suppressor T cells. So it is called suppressor T cells, or in short TS, suppressor T cells. What will they do? They will suppress the activities of, helper T cells, and they will suppress the activities of cytotoxic T cells. So both the helper and cytotoxic T cells, their activities are suppressed by suppressor T cells. Then we come to the last one. Very interesting. This last one is known as the memory T cell. So it will be known as memory T cell. How will they function? This memory T cell, they will function in such a way that their cell bodies, on the surface of their cell membrane, there will be special substances which will get activated when certain type of antigens are attacking the cells. And once they are stimulated, once they are activated, they will remain activated for that particular antigen. And the cells themselves, T lymphocytes, they will not play any role in the defense mechanism, except that they will secrete certain molecules on their cell surface which will be activated for a special type of antigen. So such type of T lymphocytes are known as memory T cells. So these are the total T lymphocytes which are found in the human body. Now we come up with the last terminology, which is very important and which you should remember: antigen presenting cells. What are antigen presenting cells? Here we are going to discuss. The antigen presenting cells are those cells which are found in various tissues. As they are found in various tissues, their property is they will capture the antigen, they will phagocytose the antigen, that is, they will undergo the process of phagocytosis, and they will retain the products for a longer time. Then those products will be secreted on the cell surface, Once their products are secreted on the cell surface along with certain molecules which are called MHC, major histocompatibility cells, they will combine with them and then they will present it to the various antibodies. These type of cells are called antigen presenting cells. So they will function as macrophages because they will undergo the process of phagocytosis. They will phagocytose the antigen and retain the products within their cell body for a longer time. And as and when appropriate conditions are there, they will secrete them outside. So therefore, such type of cells are called antigen presenting cells and they form a part of mononuclear phagocyte system. So this is also you will find this in various textbooks. APC, antigen presenting cells, they are also known as mononuclear phagocyte system. They belong to this system, mononuclear phagocyte system. So give examples of antigen presenting cells in the human body, 1 mark question answer or MCQs. They are those variety of cells, antigen presenting cells, they are, please note down very carefully, they are the macrophages which are circulating in the blood. They are also known as the various microbia. The various types of microbia which are present in the central nervous system. Then they are also known as the epidermal cells of Langerhans. The various epidermal cells of Langerhans which are found in the epidermis of the skin, they belong to this variety. And they are also known as, are we here? Is it coming over? Okay. So they are also known as epithelial reticular cells. Where are these cells found? Epithelial reticular cells, they are found within the thymus. And also various types of dendritic cells, which are found within the immune system, within the lymphoid system. All these cells, they belong to mononuclear phagocyte system, that is antigen presenting cells. So here we finish the general anatomy of lymphoid system. Thank you very much.